let's get to the regularly scheduled program.
Alright, y'all. It's your girl, Lauren.
And I'm Skylar.
And it's your BP girls.
And lock in.
Tell a friend.
How you been? Okay, bitch. I was just telling Lauren, I don't know how I've been. It's been a crazy week. I really don't know how I've been. I feel like I'm sitting here and life is still moving and going, and I am just still. I started my new medicine. It made me very fucking sick. Very, very fucking sick last week. Like, I was throwing up all week.
Is that a side effect?
It's just like, sometimes when you start a new, like, depression medicine, and it's an SSRI, so that's, like, one of the more stronger ones. SSRI, a serotonin stabilizing
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, please do. Something about serotonin intake. Something I can't remember. It's supposed to boost my serotonin. But
selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
I knew inhibitor was in there somewhere. See, yeah. Say it one more time.
Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
Okay, so I started an SSRI, and sometimes when your body's getting used to the medications, it can make you really fucking sick.
Right.
And so last week, I was sick as fuck. But the medication is supposed to help all my emotions on my period, and it's supposed to help my PTSD. So, did I tell you?
A 2-in-1 combo. Or a 3-in-1.
And my anxiety, depression, and everything. Yeah, so 3-in-1.
Multi-purpose.
We love it, and it better work. It better fucking work. I told you when I went to the doctor, like, yeah, I joke about having PTSD with my friends, but then hearing the doctor say it was like, whoa.
I feel like that's like a what am I trying to say?
A coping mechanism.
I feel like anybody who has trauma, like they try to like soften it.
Yeah.
Cause what can you do? I'd rather laugh than cry.
I cry now about everything. So yeah, that's how I've been. What about you, girl? How you been?
Not too bad.
Period.
As you know, I am moving, so having to deal with that and the reality of that and what I have to do actually happens. A little anxious,
Stressful.
But other than that, my week wasn't so bad. Work was work. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the Venus retrograde. Are we still in that?
I think so.
But
we're trying to learn all of our shit like that too. So if there's any astrology girlies out there, lock in, baby. Get in them comments. I want to talk to you. I need my birth chart ready.
There's this guy at my job, as you know, who I now know has a crush on me. And like I'm trying to. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it bothers me because it's just like I don't want him. And the only reason he started talking to me was because I was nice to him. So, and I'm typically nice to all my coworkers. So I'm just trying to figure out why you thought that I liked you in that manner when I'm just a nice person.
I feel like, can you ever be nice to men without them thinking you like them?
Right.
I feel like some of them you can.
I feel like some of them you can because...
But majority of them take your kindness for flirting. Like, damn, I can't just be nice. That's because them niggas ain't nice. They don't know how to just be nice. They don't know when someone's just being nice.
I feel like a lot of men aren't used to women being nice to them. But it's just like...
Be nice
I feel like we as women, we kind of have our guard up just because we know how men are.
Yeah, true.
But even so, even if you have your guard up, what was I saying? They still don't get the hint.
That one. speaking of that, I got a nigga who, not my nigga, I don't got a nigga, he's not my nigga. But this nigga been messaging me, like since, I want to say like 2022. And I think in total, see, since we're recording on my phone, I can't show you. But I think in total, I sent him like 4 messages in the beginning, like just like trying to figure out who it was or whatever. And then he would just keep messaging. And I never respond, bitch. Never. Over the span from then to now, he's still been responding me here and there, right? Or like messaging me here and there. Follows me on Instagram. And is always like sending message requests about my pictures and always like, let me take you out. Nigga don't even live here, he lives in Chicago, first of all. Like, don't piss me off.
Well, that ain't never stopped you.
You're right. Remember, got my tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so I love a good Chicago trip, especially if I don't got to pay for it. So she said that he never stopped you. You right. I didn't even think about it. But I don't like him. He's.
You didn't like the other guy either.
The other guy had money. It was easier to deal with it. I can't lie. Call me what you want. The other guy had money. He was older too. He wasn't like pushy about shit for real. Until, you know, that's another story for another day. So, he actually messaged me the other day. Someone messaged me the other day, bitch. I'm in the shower and I get a message. It's like, hey, my name is T. We used to talk a while back, but I think that you blocked me on Snapchat because someone hacked my shit and was saying weird shit to everybody. Okay, and I was like, T, who is this talking? So I go back in my blocked snaps and I don't see anyone with the name T, so I'm like, okay, I don't know who he's talking about. So I'm like, who are you? Like, send me a pic. Nigga never sent a pic. He said he was on his work phone and that the Wi-Fi was slow or something and wasn't sending. I don't fucking know. So then I'm like trying to figure out who it is. There's this one nigga named T, and he used to send me poems on Snapchat. So I said, are you the nigga who used to write poems? And he said, no, I write raps.
Come on now.
Everybody raps. Go to hell. I don't want to hear that shit. So, and I don't remember a nigga ever writing a rap and sending it to me.
Raps,
I do have a nigga that wrote a couple songs about me. And they're pretty good. But one of them was talking about how I ain't a shit ass bitch.
Did Corey talking about?
That's what I'm talking about!
I was like, wait a minute.
I gotta figure out how to beep, because I can't. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. And if we can't figure it out, we don't have to do it anyway. Yeah. Shit. An X is an X, okay? Everybody got X's. It is what it is. Yeah, he did write a couple songs about me. They were actually pretty good, I can't lie.
Yeah, because you sent me one.
And it was actually pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna hate. He's good at music. He's got good lyrics. He like sits there and writes. Well, I don't know what he does now. What he used to, you know. So, but yeah, I'm never gonna be like, oh, no, he was good. I actually was going through my files on my phone the other day, and I found one of the songs, and I just deleted it because I didn't want to hear that shit.
So say, I hope you didn't listen to it.
No, I probably would have. My PTSD would have kicked in even more. So, not that was from him, but you know. Anyway, so then you keep going back and forth, talking about he write raps, whatever. Girl! I get on Instagram and he had happened to just message me. So I send a screenshot and I'm like, is this you? And then, like, in my head, I was like, I know it's not this. And he said his name was T. That's not his name. His name's like Trey or something. So I was like, how am I supposed to know a nigga who'd give me the wrong name, first of all? I sent him the message, and I'm like, is this you? Because, mind you, it's a different phone number. I take a screenshot of the other phone number that he was messaging me from, where it's message after message of me not answering. And he's like, oh, damn, if you would just give me a chance, like, I'm a nice guy, let me take you out, blah, blah, blah.
Nice guy, my ass.
And I said, he's like, do you not want to go out with me? I said, do you not get the hint? You see all those times I didn't message you back? Like, you should know. And he was like, well, damn, we could just be friends. Da, da, da. They don't stop.
They don't understand.
Like,
Like, no is no.
that got me. I can't wait to show you the screenshot of all this. He messaged me like 25 times with no response.
See, that's what I don't get. It's just like, do you not understand you talking to yourself? Like, your messages, you're sending your message out to the ether. You're not getting anything back.
And the fact that you messaged me from a whole other number because I wasn't answering that message
Come
back,
on
don't piss me off. That's way too much. I hate niggas.
Man. Girl. Anyways, I just wish that men would get the hint. Like, I wish that you could read the room. Stop thinking with your penis. Think with that brain that God gave you. And just read the room. Because a person being nice to you does not mean, because I'm nice to you does not mean I want to fuck you. Because I really don't. Like, men that I'm nice, I know men, if I'm attracted to a guy, I'm awkward as hell.
That one.
I'm not nice. I mean, I'm nice, but the whole time I'm thinking, you're thinking, this girl awkward as hell.
I'm nice. Like, if I like you, I'm a little, like, aggressive. That's my problem. Like, I gotta, like, I don't, like, not, like
that big dog in you.
Oh, yeah. Not, like, throwing nobody around or, like, being a bitch or anything. But, like, if we're joking and he's saying something, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like that, but
right. I feel like I
you.
am that way too, but I'm also awkward because I know that I like you. But if I don't like you, I'm just nice in general.
And if I don't like you, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me, so I don't care about being awkward around you. So it's just like authentically me, like
right,
you know what I mean. If I like you, I'm a little squeamish, scared, butterflies. I love them. So, do you think men and women can ever just be friends? Speaking on all that, do you think platonically?
At our big age?
100%.
At our big age?
Yes. Our big age is crazy, ho. Chill out.
I mean, we're about to be 7 in about years, so. Well, you are. In like 2 months.
And then you're like 3 months behind that. Like
no matter. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I think that, and from my perspective, even like when we were younger, like I had friends who were guys.
Same.
And I never saw them in a sexual manner.
Same.
So why would that change now?
Same. So
I feel like people who think with that mindset, you just have a very lustful mindset. Because I feel like, why would you not want to have the opposite sex if you could as a friend? Because they can teach you things,
Okay, because I have my guy best friend. I love him to death. He's going through it. He had messaged me back. I tried to call him. He checked on me and everything. How he answered. I'm gonna pull up at his house.
Mm-hmm.
I got that location. Don't play with me. So, I love calling him to tell him all my bullshit stories about men and all. Skylar, really? Are you stupid? You know better than that. Why are you messing with these not shit ass niggas? He gonna tell it up front, okay? So I love having a guy friend, like, but I feel like I feel like if a guy started out on that with you, it's hard to go to just friends after that. Because in my mind, he's always thinking in that way.
Wait, what?
So like, if he was flirting with you, trying to
different.
Be with you,
I feel like,
and you said no, I don't want that. We can be friends, right? And he agrees to be friends. You think
no
that he's still?
If a guy approaches me and he's interested in me, and I tell him I don't like that, but we could be friends. Hold on, he doesn't want to be your friend. Like, he'll be your friend for however long he wants to be, but his motives whatever his motives were before you turned him down, are still the same.
Mm-hmm. And then when you're not benefiting him in the long run, he's gonna start to be an asshole.
So, I think honestly, when it comes to having friendships with the opposite sex, I think it just depends on the guy.
Yeah.
Or the girl.
Yeah. Because girls can be hoes too. Girls can fuck everybody. So. Or can they not?
girls can be hoes. We know this. I'm not.
Hold on, I'm over here like she sneaked this thing besides
I said that. I was like, she's gonna think I'm talking.
No, I don't think that.
No.
No.
We know that girls can be hoes.
I definitely have. I feel like everyone has had a hoe day.
Except me, y'all.
I was just about to say except
I'm an angel.
Literally, that's the problem. That's why I said before I could afford to be a little more like you. Afford to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. But I definitely feel like I had, like, you know, everyone's had their hoe days, and I just feel like my very first boyfriend, it was 4 years long, 2 years in high school, 2 years out, you know, the only person I had ever been with, kissed, all that. So I feel like after that I did go a little crazy. You know, I was hanging out with whoever. I was being safe though. That's all that matters. I ain't got no goddamn kids. I ain't got no goddamn STDs. So
You gonna be a hoe, be a safe hoe.
the fuck, okay? Clock that, baby. Especially nowadays since they trying to ban abortion and shit. I mean, to each their own, but if you don't think that you can take care of a baby, you shouldn't be creating a baby then. Okay? Crazy. Next. Survival versus love.
Right. Since we're on the topic of relationships, do you think that those who grew up in love should get with other people who grew up in that same environment, or can people who grew up in love be in relationships with those who grew up in survival? Because on social media, you know, a lot of people are saying that those who grew up in survival and those who grew up in love, they don't go together.
They don't go together. I feel like you can. I feel like it would be very hard. You can only do it with someone who is like emotionally intelligent and like ready for that, and like understands that that's the way they were born, but that's not the way they were born, but that's the way that they were brought up, like the environment they were in, and that's not the environment that they want to create for their future children. If you were someone who just thinks it is what it is, that's how it was and that's how it's gonna be, no, don't. I don't even know if I was born on survival or love. I feel like it was half and half.
Same.
Like,
because my mom definitely was love, but my dad, it was survival. So,
see,
I agree. I feel like those who grew up in survival versus those who grew up in love, I think they can be in relationships. I think the person who grew up in survival just needs to be aware of their mechanisms and how they perceive things and how they go about things. And the person who grew up in love, you just need to be patient.
Yes, okay.
Like, I don't, like, patience goes a long way for somebody who grew up having to endure traumatic experiences.
Yeah. I also feel though, like someone who was like grown up in love, I feel like they can be very emotional and like, what's the word? I feel like some of them could be more based on emotions rather than intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, I don't even see what I'm saying. Okay, like.
Well, if you keep talking, maybe I'll understand.
Maybe that edible kicking in,
girl.
So fuck. I feel like people grown up in love are very like conscious of emotions, wanting to feel.
They're more in tune.
Yes, and they want to make sure that they like pertain to your emotions too. Like are you okay?
Girl, that sounds like an anxious attachment. That don't sound.
Okay, chill out. Let me finish. Wow, I feel like the people born in survival are more just like dismissive.
So
Do you see that? Okay. Is
that
still...
you literally just described a girl who's anxious versus a guy who's avoidant.
Damn.
But you know what? There are women who grew up in a loving household and they do have an anxious attachment. But that could have developed due to the men that they surround themselves with.
I don't know about that.
I'm anxious avoidant. I don't know if you know your attachment style.
I don't, but I imagine it would be anxious avoidant because a bitch is always anxious and I love to avoid shit. But I know that's not exactly what that means, so. So I'm gonna have to. That'll be my homework.
But what was I gonna say? What I was gonna say?
We have to cut out these long periods of.
Do you know how to edit
content.
that or no?
Bitch, I'm figuring it out, hopefully. Otherwise, maybe you're going to skip through.
Let's just move on because I can't remember what I was going to say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm editing it. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing a little bit. Okay, so. Oh, okay. The next one was are high value men and high value women real concepts or just internet nonsense?
Internet nonsense. It's funny that you that we're talking about this because I seen a clip. I don't know whose podcast it was. Judge Toller.
I love her.
Okay, she was talking about that, how it's like in the black community we're so focused on, well, I want a high value man, I want an alpha man. Well, are you a high value woman? Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I think it's a social media. What was the question?
Are high value men and women real concepts or internet?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a social media concept. I just couldn't remember the last word.
Sorry.
Because it derived from the red pill, black pill, whatever. There's nothing wrong with the concepts, but I think, and I don't want to talk about it when it comes to the black community, but I think we are so focused on trying to perform or appearing that way, but nobody's really doing the work.
Mm-hmm. You want people to think so highly of you, but you don't even think highly of yourself because you're not acting in a way where people should think highly of you.
Like you got people on social media like literally having debates and discussion, hour-long discussions, but it's just like I'm tired of seeing different faces talking about, high value this and high value that, but like nobody's doing the work.
Yeah. If you want to be better, baby, you gotta do the work.
I'll say this, there are men with good character qualities, and I guess you would consider that high value, just as there are women with good character qualities.
Right. Okay, let's say that. What really, and tell us in the comments, what determines a high value man or a high value woman?
Their character.
Like what is a high value woman? What's high value to you? Woman
to me?
Yeah.
Or I can't give y'all a recipe to my peach cobbler.
Girl.
What if my man sees this? She said, what if my man sees this? Okay.
All right. I got you on that.
Well, you know what? This goes for all men. I feel like. What
goes around comes back around. Hey,
my song is
baby.
What song is that?
The Rihanna song, I'm pretty sure. What goes around comes
back around. Wait.
Or is that Beyonce?
That's Beyonce.
I don't know why I said Rihanna.
What signals a man that is high quality? A man who's patient, who's kind, who's slow to anger.
It's not all about like money. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm always joking and talk. Well, half of it don't be a joke, but I'm always over here talking about I want a man with money. I want a man with money. I need a rich man. Da, 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 whatever. I saw a video the other day and it said, "What is the point of having a rich man if he's not generous?"
Right, because that's the thing. Like, generous is one of my qualities as well, and I feel like people they hear that, like you said, like, well, not everybody's generous, and like you're right, or people hear generous and they hear rich. That's what I'm trying to say. But when I say generous, I'm not talking about a man who's just rich, because there are a lot of people who are rich but they're very stingy. My granddad was one of them.
Let that man rest in peace. And that's so crazy.
But no, for real, because like I don't want a man like that. I don't want a man who has the ability to be there for me, but you're stingy. Because what the hell are you here for? But I like a man who's generous with his money, his time. Not all the time. I don't want a man who's all up on me. I don't know if I can do clingy. I feel like, yeah, I need you to go make some money.
When I like a man, I get a little clingy.
Well, I feel like everybody gets a little clingy, but I'm talking about like overly like you know how they say like when we like somebody, we just want to live in their skin.
That be me. I'm working on it. I'm not that. I mean, I'm better at that.
I don't know if that would be me.
I feel like when you finally get the right man, we ain't gonna see Lauren. I already gonna see her now. And when she get that man, I ain't gonna see her for 3 years. Until it's time to invite me to the damn wedding.
My uncle
She said, "Can you be a bridesmaid?" Oh, bitch, I ain't even met the nigga. You haven't even brought him out the house yet.
It's funny that you said that, because my uncle, he's like, I can just, or people in general, like my family, they say, they're like, you're so private. I could just see you going off and getting married and coming back with a baby. I said, yeah, you're right.
No, for real.
I can see it too. So you ain't wrong.
TT's baby. 3 years old, just literally, girl. Yeah, no, don't do that to me. Don't do
Not
that
you,
to me.
but I'm just in general, like,
yeah.
I can, you know.
Yeah.
I go ghost for 2 years, come back pregnant and married.
Period. I love that for you. We just gotta find the right man. That's not true. I feel like the right man ain't here. I mean, I feel like the right man could be here for sure. But you ever see that video where they talk about how like men out of the country are just treat women better?
I feel like those who live overseas say the same thing about our men.
That's crazy.
I listened to a podcast and she loves American men. They're better than the UK men. And I'm like, well, we say the opposite.
Right.
So I don't know.
I wonder. Well, you know, I did date that Bahamian.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's over here. That's the Western Hemisphere.
What do you mean? I mean, yeah.
He's over here. He's not over yonder.
He's still out the country. He's still, you know.
I don't know if I could get that Caribbean.
He was the sweetest, the nicest. That's the best relationship I probably ever had. Not probably is. Was he not respectable and kind?
Yeah, he was not. He was kind.
He was.
But I'm saying for me, like, I don't know if whole time I think my soulmate is overseas, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I said Caribbean. I do know what I'm talking about. Just because I see it firsthand.
Oh, true.
So
true.
I don't know.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I hope these men don't think we're dogging them. Because please don't get these comments of dog me, baby. Because I'm just a girl.
Dog me, I dog you.
Period. I'm just talking though. Like, I'm just yapping. Y'all just listening. Keep it that way. Okay. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Last topic of the day. Do you think soulmates really exist? Or is it just luck and timing? I think soulmates exist. You think it's luck and timing. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yes or no?
Okay. Well, I think that it exists because I don't know. I just have this feeling that like there's someone out there that is for me and is gonna know what to do with me and I'm gonna know what to do with them and it's gonna feel like a puzzle piece put together and that's gonna be my soulmate and I don't know how I'm gonna find him, where I'm gonna find him, when I'm gonna find him.
That's all irrelevant. Just that you believe that
there is. Yeah. I just feel like there is someone out there for me. For me specifically. Yeah.
Well, let's hope that happens.
What you telling? I gotta stop hanging out with the people I be hanging out with, so I can find a good one. Shit.
I said yes and no because, when I think of soulmates, I think of like fiction.
Really?
I feel like, you know, oh
Like
my
a
gosh,
book?
there's no one else out there for me, and it's just like you can. I feel like if that was the case, because you know, like, you know, if you don't have a soulmate, then like you could potentially like wither away. So I feel like I'll say this: I feel like not everybody gets with their soulmate. They get with somebody who thinks that they're their soulmate, but
that one.
I feel like those who actually got with their soulmate. You ever heard of like those old couples where like they've been together forever and then like one dies and the other one dies like immediately after? Mm-hmm. Those situations for me, I feel like those were soulmates. Like they were soulmates because you literally could not live without one another.
That's so sad.
When I think of a soulmate, that's what I think of. Like you cannot live without one another. So when instances like in cases like that, yeah.
Like what we just talked about the other day. Or not the other day, what you just brought up about, yeah. We're not gonna bring that up, but yeah.
But the way our generation is moving,
they just gotta grow up a little bit, get the soul a little older, then we'll figure it out.
This is so off topic. I don't know why I wrote that, but I saw this video, and this guy was like, how old is too old? And they were like, anything that starts with 9, 19.
I know.
Or this guy said anything like
2000.
before 2002, like 2002, and I was just like,
I wanted to cry.
I mean, we are getting up there, but like
that's not.
I'm not old.
They said anything in 1990s. I said,
right? Like I'm like, sir, we're in the same generation. You are just a few years.
You're literally like 4 years younger than me. Like, don't piss me off.
But back to the topic. You ever heard of the red string theory? I think that's, or yeah,
maybe I have. I feel like I have. I don't know.
Explain. It's like where there is this invisible red string, and you are on one end, and your soulmate is on the other, and eventually you guys will find each other. I seen a TikTok. I've seen a couple of them. I don't know where she was. Maybe she was overseas, and she took a picture. And he was in the background of the picture, but they didn't meet till like years later. And then another girl, her mom passed away, so she was sad because her boyfriend, fiance couldn't meet her mom, but her mom was his teacher when he was a kid.
Damn.
So I guess that's kind of like the red string theory.
So it's like someone who's kind of like they've always been around.
They've just been around. You just haven't noticed them yet.
So, do you think it could be someone that like you just can't leave alone? I think it could be, but I don't think it always is.
Or like soulmates.
Soulmates. I think it could be, but I don't think it always is. Because I think when someone hears someone you can't leave alone, it sounds toxic. But I'm just saying in like we just talk here and there and somehow always come back together. You know what I mean? I feel like it could be like that, but you have to use your discernment. That's the problem.
I don't know. I feel like what you described is kind of like a twin flame. And I heard those things are toxic. Some people say that
They are.
It's
I think I
not
have one. I don't know.
like you shouldn't end up with your twin flame.
I've heard
But some
that.
people are like, no, they're your mirror and you met them and you're supposed to work on
It's supposed
whatever.
to show you, like what you need to work on. Girl, I think I have one. Too.
I don't even want to say it on the camera. I'm like,
sake. I think.
Oh, really?
I think it could have been. We can talk about that offline. I think it could have been.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because you weren't like Goo Goo Gaga for him.
You don't think so?
No.
I thought I was. I lost friends because of that nigga.
No,
They said,
for real?
They said he always with that nigga.
I don't think you can either. I don't think so.
Shit. You never know. Alright. Well, we got our closing affirmations, right? You did it this week? Okay, period. What you got for us, girl?
So, to end this episode, the first one resonates with me, so I hope it resonates with y'all. But the first one is, I am safe and I trust that I can handle whatever comes my way. I am confident in all that I am. And I am blessed and highly favored. Again.
I like those.
I am safe and I trust I can handle whatever comes my way. I am confident in all that I am. And I am blessed and highly favored.
I love that noise. Period. Love that. So, remember?
Oh, y'all. Sorry. Y'all are that girl. You are that girl. You are that girl.
Period.
Because we never know who's watching.
That one. What is GWORL? I thought she was forgetting it. I was going to be so upset.
I almost did until you looked at me.
You gotta give him that look. Alright, y'all. Well, everybody have a great day. It was nice to see y'all again.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
That one.
Leave a comment, like, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.
Love you.
Bye.